Yeah, everybody's telling me. So I have a friend that goes all the time. So I'm going to go hit Johnny's Beef, hopefully, if I can eat something right before.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, I'll catch it after.
Yeah,
you know what? Close at midnight.
So like I still consider myself a fat guy. Like
oh my goodness.
I've been taking Ozempic for like a year.
Oh, okay.
And but I'm in all those like best Italian beef groups, best thin crust, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing that made me laugh is like, so I kind of feel it's like sad but happy at the same time because I just realized how cheap Portillo's is. I'm like, oh wow, this is like an affordable fast food place.
Yeah, I like Portillo's. I love me some Portillo's.
But they didn't even get on there in the top 30. They were
on
like,
the beef list.
Yeah,
of the nationwide or just Chicago?
Oh, just Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a 30 beef.
Huh.
They do it every year. It's kind of like the roast battle where it's like brackets and they like verse each other.
Oh, okay.
And it was like at 29.
Interesting.
It didn't move.
Yeah, every time, like a lot of times when I come up to the city to do a show, like after the show, if nobody's hanging out, whatever, I'm like Portillo's, because it's like on Ontario or whatever. Like I think it's on Ontario or close to Ontario, Ohio.
Yeah.
And there's a drive-through, so it's just like so easy to get through it.
Yeah.
Even though it's in downtown. And I trade off, man. Sometimes I do the hot dog thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do the Italian beef thing.
Yeah.
Lately I'm trying to stay away from the chocolate shake thing. But like, yeah, I love me some Portillo's, man.
That's a bit right there.
Yes.
Power of threes.
Yes, the power of threes. No chocolate shake. And then like we have a Portillo's in Cherville, Indiana, which sucks. I'm sorry, Portillo's in Cherville, Indiana. You suck. Like they are not they're not a true Portillo's.
Are
like
you from Indiana?
Yeah, like I grew up raised in Indiana.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I grew up in East Chicago, was born in East Chicago in the harbor part, and the apartment that I lived in isn't even there anymore. It's gone.
Okay.
But then when I was around 8, we moved to Hammond, and then now I live in Munster. Yeah. But I like Indiana. I mean, I know it gets a lot of shit, but...
So you constantly go from Indiana to get shows here?
Yeah.
Wow.
To Chicago,
well, that's awesome because you're doing well.
Yeah,
you know?
Thank you.
No, you are. Congrats.
Trying.
Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Back to I wanted to mention this like the guy like Bona beef is my favorite.
Oh yeah, we have a Bona beef in Highland and I love it. Yeah.
And it's those green
Cherville,
olives in the
yeah.
jardinera. That's what does it for me.
Okay, see, I don't do the jardinera. I don't like spicy. Sometimes I'll do it on the side and I'll like, I bite a little piece of a carrot.
Yeah,
you know, ever so often. But yeah, Bona beef is where I like the Bona beef by me. I like the hot dogs there. The Italian beef too. It's got a different spice than Portillo's.
Yeah.
It's got a little spice, a little different seasoning or something.
Yeah.
But I like their pizza's really good too. I don't know if the Bona beef out here has pizza.
I'm not sure. I never got it. So.
But the other one's got like pizza and salads and pasta and like they have like a plethora.
I've gotten like meatballs
stuff.
and
yeah. So I kind of
actually
go around.
I'm glad they're like the only place that has good. They have like a keto bowl.
Oh yes, they do.
Which is it's just like sausages and meatballs and. I'm like,
yeah, you can just get Italian beef with peppers. Yeah, I've seen that before.
And
yeah, it's pretty good.
Not be able to take a shit for 4 days because of it, because it's all meat.
Yeah, it is all meat. That's what meat does to you. I did a keto thing a long time. Well, it wasn't keto. It was Atkins. I felt like crap. I felt like crap.
I tried doing the carnivore thing.
Yeah.
Where I was just eating steaks every day, and it was awful.
Yeah, right? I mean, I like steak, but... I think every day when you just eat meat, it just gets like, bleh.
Yeah.
It gets gross. Yeah.
I felt, I'm not going to go into detail. It's going to get too gross. But,
yeah.
But, I mean, all right, here's the gross thing. I was like,
oh my God. We're going to go in there.
I was Ubering. So like I couldn't really, your body, your digestive system goes when you're moving.
Yeah.
So I was sitting all day and like, I remember I was like, man, I cannot. I haven't gone to the bathroom in like 4 days.
Oh my God!
I had a wedding, and I was like, well, if there's a wedding and there's free food and it's good food,
and you're dancing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna cheat today. Like it stops here.
Yeah.
And that day, I had like a shit ton of wine, and I it was a
it was a crap. And wine I think is okay for like Atkins. Like you can have you can have red wine that has like no sugar, because I think it only has 1 gram of sugar per glass.
Yeah.
Like I love me some red wine, and sometimes I just don't feel that guilty about it. I'm like, hey, it's red wine. There's no sugar. I mean, I don't all my friends, most, I would say 99% of them, which leaves nobody, they love like sugary wine. You know, like the Cooper's Hawk, like raspberry red and all of that. And so when we go to wine tastings, I'm like, I do the dry and everybody else is doing sweet. And I'm like, yeah, I cannot take the sweet. Like
that's what gives you a hangover.
The sweet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it.
It's like champagne.
I want to taste my liquor.
Yeah.
I want to like, even when I do a mixed drink, like I want to taste the liquor. I don't want it sugared up to the nines where I can't taste it. You know? Like martinis are good. I mean, a good margarita, but sometimes when they have like too much sugar, like a pina colada is kind of like, I mean, only if I'm like maybe on vacation or something, but like it's not my favorite. I rather eat my sugar than drink my sugar, and with alcohol especially. Yeah. Like orange juice and alcohol too. I cannot with that. Like I can't do, orange juice with rum or whatever. I get so sick like the next day. It just doesn't feel good. But anyway, it's my alcoholic picks.
What we were talking about that, like you've been getting a lot of we did our let's
we did like a pre-thing.
This is Wild Philosophy with your host Wild Phil. We got Susana Rodriguez today.
Thank you. Hi.
Right.
Hi, peeps.
And we actually I didn't even realize this, that we both, it was our debut at Zanies.
Back in June I think it was. Yeah. I was just looking at that clip the other day because I'm trying to work on clips and putting them out there. Yeah. And I was like, that was in June. Yeah. And I did not know it was your first time, and you did not. I don't think you knew it was my first time, or you just asked me if it was my first time.
No. Yeah.
So funny. Because I thought you had been there. I don't know. You had been there before.
No.
That's funny.
I've obviously been to a ton of shows there.
Yeah.
I did kind of like, I tried doing the thing where like, you kind of linger around, like, is there a guest spot? But
me. I'm in, Captain, or whatever. Pick me. Yeah, I know.
Because and also that show Ray Roberts guest spotted. And I get along with him, and he was like, sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to like, hey, did somebody drop?
You never know. You never know. I mean, I just got booked for a show Wednesday because somebody dropped. And I wasn't going to do it because I have Carmel Thursday, but then I was like, Susanna, just go out there. Like, it's in the South Side. It's kind of close to me. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Yeah. And it's Agapito, P.D. Rodriguez. He's got a room out there. So I was like, and he just in Chicagoland. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go do it. And so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'm getting booked a lot lately, which is really great.
Yeah.
Part me reaching out, part people reaching out to me, which always feels good. It just always feels good when people reach out to you.
Is the clip you're sending, is it the Zanies one?
Yeah, it's a Zanies June one, because I did it again in December, and I actually felt like I did better in December, but I'm just kind of looking to see what clips what clips generate, or like what, clearly, I mean, we all know with comedy, like you can do the same set 12 times, and like 6 times people laugh at this segment more, and then 2 or 3 times they laugh at this segment. It's just like there's no rhyme or reason like what people are laughing at. So I'm just kind of dissecting which parts of it, and at first I wasn't wanting to put up clips because I was like, it burns up your material, yada yada yada. And then I was like, you know what? And then I saw somebody post like, if you don't put clips you won't get booked. And I mean, I was already doing clips when I read that, but I think he's right. And it's like, yeah, you know what?
Is it
I'm
Tito?
just gonna. Yeah, it was Tito. That's so funny that you know that. Hilarious. Yeah, it was Tito.
You know the reason
That's
why
so funny.
The reason why I asked you if you're allergic to cats, because I forgot to ask Tito, and he's severely. And then he comes out and I'm like, no, I don't even have cats. And the thing was like a fuzzball. He's like, fuck you, man. It's like, fuck.
Oh yeah, I am allergic to cats, by the way. Yeah. But like I have to. I've found out that it needs to be a long period of time. Like I stayed at somebody's house that had a cat, and the cat was never in the basement, and it was like on a vacation thing. And by day 2 or 3, I could start feeling the throat tingle and the itchiness and starting allergies and not feeling well and headaches. And I was like, uh-oh. So I ended up getting a hotel because I thought I could handle it. I was like, oh, it's just a couple of days, whatever. but I ended up getting a hotel because I just couldn't take. And the cat wasn't even around me. That's the funny thing. So I think it depends on the cat. But yeah.
And also how the owner takes care of it. But speaking, you're saying that you know the clips, they do matter. It's funny because I kind of had a clip that like inadvertently turned into rage bait, so I just deleted it because, like you said, like you could do the same bit and people will react differently. Yeah, I had a clip where it was a joke that I thought was super tight. Yeah, and it was. Yeah, but the audience at the show didn't like it. So then all the comments were, "What the fuck is wrong with these people? What is there nobody in the audience? Like this guy's fucking great." And then I was just like, nobody was paying attention to the joke. It was just like, I'm going on here just to fight with, like, who the fuck isn't, who's not laughing?
Oh, my God. This happened to me the other day. So I put up a clip, and it's hard, like, when you're doing clips because you're like, you don't want to have a 5-minute clip, but you want the joke to be understood, right? You know? Yeah. So it's a part of a set of like, it's a tag of, like, several things I've said. Yeah. And I put it up. And it's going crazy. Like it's at almost 40,000 views today on TikTok. So I'm like really excited. But the comments, okay, so day 2, I hadn't read the comments. So day 2, I was like, holy crap. Like I didn't even know it had gone crazy. I was like, this clip is getting traction. So I start reading the comments. And, people say nice things and people say mean things. And it's just a joke about like black men appreciating my ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. And never in the joke, right? Yeah, it's at Zany's. You saw the clip, yeah. So never in the joke am I like, I want to sleep with black men, like, hello, black men, date me. Like, none of that ever occurs. But in the comments, it's like occurring like I asked that question. And at first, I mean, people are awesome.
What you doing,
like,
girl?
Yeah. People are like, what is Shawty talking about? And like, they're like, ooh, some guys are like really positive. You're beautiful, blah, blah. And then some guys are not positive. And like the first time I read it, I actually laughed because I find it funny when people are trying to be haters. I really don't find it like, offensive. Like, clearly, if somebody tells you something offensive that you care about, then I think it hurts more. Yeah. But if you see these strangers that I don't even know who you are, I crack up. So the first day I read all of them and I laughed. Then the second day I read all of them and then it started to get to me. And I was like, okay, don't read these comments anymore. And so I've stopped reading. Yeah. And then now I'm getting like all these DMs. I'm like, okay, I got to stop reading that. It's like, this one guy's like, oh, and I'm like, where do you live? He's like, Mississippi. I'm like, okay. This isn't happening. You're in Mississippi. Yeah.
I'll make it happen, sake. Girl.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, I don't refuse an answer, or I don't. He said something, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. You're in Mississippi. Like, what am I supposed to do? At any rate, and I am a multicultural dater, by the way. Yeah. Don't want to cut my options short.
But it is tall. It is funny, like recently. So I've been kind of slacking on going to mics and stuff because I've been working on a book, but good. But I also had a lot of family.
What are you writing? Are you writing a comedy book, or is it like
it's a bunch of memoirs? I was that I didn't learn English till I was 12. I was like that Polish kid.
You're Polish.
Who's like better at English than the American kids in my class.
Yeah, me too. I spoke Spanish first, but I have no accent in English. And the people are like dumbfounded by that.
You know why that is?
Because we learned it when we were kids. Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, I heard it on a podcast. I thought it was crazy that the whole this is so nerdy, but like when they talk about how like how did fucking cavemen go from being like these monkeys into learning language, and they're like, oh, maybe they took psychedelics or something. They talk about puberty is like a steroid for your brain. Oh, wow. So like if you learn English before puberty, you lose the accent.
Oh, interesting. That makes a lot of sense.
Because I used to sound like this all the time.
Really? Hilarious. So your family immigrated from Poland and you got here at
I was born in Chicago. Okay. But I was like I was in apartments with immigrants like a pack of sardines, Yeah. Just like everybody stick together until you get enough success to live alone. Right. And I just
makes sense.
Only spoke Polish.
Wow. Yeah, I only spoke Spanish because like my brothers and I only spoke Spanish because my mom spoke Spanish fluently at home. Yeah. We're from a Mexican family, and my dad would go to work in a steel mill, so he knew English, and then so we went to a bilingual school in the beginning when we were in East Chicago. And so I only spoke English with my brothers. And then like everybody else, like my mom and dad was all in Spanish. And when we were all together, we only spoke Spanish. But I only spoke Spanish when I was growing, like when I was little, because I wasn't going to school yet. And then, and I started going, and I went to a bilingual school. And bilingual schools are weird because like you never learn one full language always. You know what I mean? Like if you can't say something in English, you go to Spanish, and you can't say it in Spanish, you say it in English, and you're just kind of multitasking it, you know?
Yeah.
Then I went to an all-white school at like first grade, and that's when it was like, holy crap, like I was really struggling. And I got like a tutor, and then the light bulb just came on and I was fine. But I still didn't lose the Spanish because I spoke Spanish all day long at home or with my mom at home, and then at school I spoke English. But yeah, people are like, you have no accent. I'm like, I know. I mean, but that's interesting because I do have friends that came to this country like when they were 15, 16, and they have a clear accent. They have an accent when they speak English. So it is that's an interesting fact for sure. But
yeah.
It's cool that we're both from immigrant families.
It's funny because like I always tell people like I can't read in Polish. I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do. I don't think I could do a comedy set in Polish, but that's more because Polish people don't laugh.
I would think they're kind of staunch, like Russian people. Like they probably don't laugh that much.
They laugh at misfortune. Like if you tell them you got cancer, they'll be like, "Of course it would be you. You are so unlucky, you idiot." You know,
my God, yeah, that's kind of rough crowd.
I'm working on that set, but but yeah, like I always tell people when they ask me, they're like, "Oh, so you can speak Polish?" And I'm like, I speak Polish the way white kids who are trying to be black speak English. You know what I mean? It's kind of like just
cut.
enough.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I've always had jobs where I was like translating for Spanish people, or like I was using my Spanish, and lately I've not been using my Spanish, and I'm telling you, like it's getting harder. Like I got to think about it more. I mean, I'm still fluent. It's not like I forgot it, but it's a struggle now more to get it out, and I don't like that because I used to be just like and I mean. I don't know. When I go to Mexico, people know that I'm not from there. They kind of think that maybe I'm South American or something because the Spanish isn't like native Spanish. And it's not street Spanish, but it's not like textbook Spanish either. But like anyway, getting off the topic. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's kind of cool to have that though.
That's funny because like I worked in factories my whole life.
Yeah.
And what I noticed, like it's always Polish and Mexican people, right?
Yeah.
And I've had people be like, you know, like what kind of, I always hear factory workers are racist, and the racism was always the full-blooded Mexicans against the half-blood or whatever, or same thing with Polish. Like I remember I heard the boss talking about me and in Polish, and he's just like, what the fuck is he so happy about? What, is he gay? It's like, no, I think he's gypsy. Like because they're always so angry, and I'm just like a goofball.
Yeah.
So also because like I don't know why, but in the summer I get brown, I tan like crazy.
Okay.
So they literally thought I was like gypsy or something.
Oh, interesting.
Which I think is funny that you would think I'm just because I smile, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm going to get all your money. Like, but
that's
yeah.
funny. But yeah. So we're talking about comedy zanies before, but
Did you like, so before you started out in Indiana?
Yeah, I did. You know what? I started doing comedy during the pandemic, which is a weird time to start, but the pandemic really to preface, I did acting in Second City, and I went through the acting program and everything. I actually taught acting for a while, but then the pandemic hit and we all went home, and I was like teaching acting through Zoom, which is really hard to do because like it's all about expression in your body and all of that. Yeah. So, but stand-up was always in the back burner. Like I always really wanted to try stand-up. Yeah. But I was kind of like, you know how you're like, am I funny? Should I do it? Blah, blah, you know. And it was always in the back burner. And not that I don't like acting. I like acting because I like the structure of a script. But during the pandemic, man, I was like dying. I was just kind of like, oh my God, I need to do something creative. Like, this is crazy. Yeah. Like I remember like the first shutdown, and then it was like, I remember looking at because I work at a laptop based company, and I was like April 3rd, and I was like, how am I going to do this till April 30th? Like, how are we going to be shut down all this time? And I can't see my friends. Like, it was ridiculous. But that's how it all started. And then by like, I did like a bar show in August. I did one for free. through a friend that was a DJ.
Yeah.
And he hooked me up to this bar that he was already DJing for. So we did a free one. And I just asked these guys from Second City that were doing comedy. Mark Bond was one of them. And they came and we did a show, and then she liked it, and then I did another show there, and then contacted Hobart Art, and then I do shows there. So I always wanted to create a stage for myself, not because somebody was saying like, it's because I wasn't getting booked in Chicago, but that's not true. I wasn't even contacting anyone in Chicago to get booked. I was just like, hey, I want to create a stage for myself and for other people, and so I just started doing it.
Yeah.
So I did Hobart Art and everything, and then little by little, like Mike Yo was the first Chicago producer that gave me a spot, because I hopped on his Instagram one time. I always knew who he was, and I had gone to his shows, and then you know, talked to him, and he's like, oh, I'll book you. I'm like, okay. And he came to my first show, which was really, really cool. And then little by little, like, I started reaching out to people, and now people are reaching out to me, which is cool. And it's been good. So it's been 5 years now. And I'm loving it, and I just want more stage now. It's getting
5
addicting.
Years. Do you know the month that it's going to be 5 years?
Yeah, September.
Nice. Yeah,
it just surpassed. And I used to do a whole anniversary thing on my Facebook page, but I get so busy sometimes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it just happened. I surpassed it already. You know?
So comedians always they laugh about this, but do you frame all your milestones? Whatever? No?
No. Like, what do you mean frame? Crap. I should be framing.
I mean, I have a picture of the Khalil was the first person who booked me.
Oh, okay.
And then we took the picture together at Red Room.
Okay, cool.
So I framed that.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it was the first time. So it's funny, we were talking about Zanies before.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. The first time I was in the Zanies green room, was not because of it wasn't because of me performing.
Okay,
I've told this story before, but I could just tell you again because
you just snuck up there or what?
So, do you know Chappelle Lacey?
No, I do not. I probably should.
Chappelle Lacey is awesome. Like I had to look him up because I was like, man, what kind of an idiot doesn't change his name when there's another Chappelle? Like, you got to compete with, right?
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that.
But also, it's to put a long story short, I had an Oasis joke on the band Oasis.
Which I love Oasis, by the way. Too.
Yeah.
I'm another Oasis fan. And unfortunately, I didn't go to the concert because I was prioritizing comedy, and I had a show that night, and I'm still kicking myself because, I got the date, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I could do it. And then I was like, oh, I just want to do Oasis. And I'm like, why did I do that? You know? But I hope that they tour again. Did you go?
I did go, yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you next. I'll put a pin in it and tell you next. But
awesome.
so I had this Oasis joke, and it was the kind of thing, I was a year in, and I was like, I'm not cocky. I'm humble. I'm like, this joke is too tight. I must have stolen this from somewhere because it was just a real setup punch. And then I looked it up, and I didn't. But Chappelle Lacey, he grew up in a white family. He's black and adopted.
Okay.
And he loves Oasis. So he had a bunch of bits about it.
Okay.
So when he came to town, Brando Harris was hosting for him.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, do you have any comps? And I went.
Okay.
And he saw, Chappelle saw this, roll
Oh, nice. Well, you have a tattoo.
and he fucking...
Holy crap. That's cool.
He's like, dog, go upstairs with me. So I was there with my brother. It's my brother, me... Brando comes with Chappelle.
He was nice to do that for both of you guys, for you and for Chappelle.
And he was like,
that's cool.
They were supposed to be getting ready for the second show of the night.
Okay.
But it was just me and Chappelle talking about Oasis for an hour and a half.
Oh my God.
Brando's like, are you into this nerdy shit to my brother? Like, I gotta get the fuck out. Like, we're starting a show soon.
Yeah, you know? It's like, let's get back to what we're doing here.
But
oh my God, that's cool.
But so that was the first time. And then that was the first time I was in that green room. But the first time I performed there was the first time they did Roast Battle Chicago there.
Oh, okay.
I think I did awful. I mean, I guess that people said there was 6 roasts. I think we were second best on the lineup.
Okay, who did you roast?
Matt Michalski.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was just I don't think people at that. I think they came to Zanies to see a comedy show.
Oh.
And they weren't expecting like all these
roast.
inside roasts. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it can't be too inside jokey too, because only you and that person know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've never done a roast battle. I want to dabble in that, and my wheel is turning on like who to roast with. Because I don't know about you, but like, I mean, I'm sure you're this way, but I want to hang out with like the killers. I want to hang out with the beasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be a beast, so I want to be with the beasts. So, and not, no offense to, and comedy is subjective, right? You might think someone's funny in the scene. Somebody else might not think they're funny. Whatever it is, people might not think I'm funny. I don't know, but I just want to like be with the beast. So I kind of want to pick somebody that's like a roaster, like a real good one, because I want that challenge.
Yeah.
Because I've thought of other people that have never roasted before. I have like two people in my bank in my brain, because they've never. I don't think they've roasted before, but I think it would be fun. But then I'm kind of like, man, it would be great to go against somebody that does it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also scary as hell.
It is.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to throw yourself to the wolves, because you're
right.
Like,
what do I got to lose?
Yeah.
I mean, other than losing the battle.
Yeah.
But if you lose to somebody that's really amazing, it's kind of like, okay, well, it's a given kind of. But I really just want the challenge of it.
Yeah,
I think it would be fun.
I mean, I've done it like 6 or 7 times, and it's
wow, that's cool.
It isn't about the battle. It's really about like there's another like I read this article about like gladiators back in the day.
Yeah, I love gladiator stuff.
It was scripted. It was like WWF.
Really?
Yeah. That's why they were there. Like, are you entertained?
Oh yeah.
Because
okay,
they were there
sense.
to entertain, and then and like so that's what roast battle is. It's like it doesn't really matter. Some people, I think I did this recently where you talk with the other roaster to be like, okay, then you're gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Because you want to get the biggest laughs.
Yeah, you want to have the best set, I guess. Yeah. I was talking to somebody about that. I think it was Luis Aravallo, and he was like. Because I brought him back from a show. We both did a show, and then he had to go to the Laugh Factory, so I took him over there. And we were talking, and we were talking about roast battle, and he's like, well, it could go 2 different ways. Like, you can just write by yourself if you want to, like, kind of try to, annihilate the person or whatever, or beat the roast or whatever, win. Or if you really want just a really good, you could always, like, that some people do that they write together.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, you know what I mean? But, like, I would think, like, I mean, you're not going to roast somebody that you don't know or that you don't know, stuff about. So, because you could always, like, be like, hey, these are the facts about my life. You know what I mean?
I did do that, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, I looked up to the roast battle Chicago clips so much that I kind of knew everybody. It was more about them not knowing me.
Right.
The first person that I did that with was Evelyn Troutman.
Okay.
She's a fucking killer. I mean, she's multiple awards, and I was like, man, if they put me in the tournament and the first person they put me against is last year's winner, they fucking hate me. Like, they want me to get and I did get destroyed. I was so nervous. They had to, like, I did maybe like 2 jokes that were really hard hitting. Yeah. But they had to, like, edit it so that I didn't look nervous. Like, but I got to get better at. I mean, but yeah, like me and Evelyn, we talk to each other like, hey, what are some funny facts about you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is fun. But I just remembered this is this is our ADHD here, but
no, it's okay. I have the same way. My brain is always like flipping during the day.
When we were talking about how you don't know how people respond to clips. So like recently I was saying, like, I've been laying off like mics as much, and I was doing these I don't know if you saw the Be American things that I did.
No, I'm sorry, I have not.
I would just it was just a character I played where I play this redneck against my green screen.
That's funny.
And I just say, like, I think the one that was the biggest one was
America or whatever. America.
Yeah. It was like, school shootings are on the rise. Maybe we need less schools. Ever think of that? Be American. And it was just like over and over, like, in our house, we don't dial 911. We got diabetic arthritis. Just like dumb stuff like that. And it's funny because obviously I'm parroting stupid rednecks. Right. I had so many MAGA fans. They're like, this is great. We
That's
agree
hilarious.
With this. Like, they think it's serious.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's funny what things get famous on TikTok. I think dumb gets really a lot of feeds.
Yeah.
And people send me stuff and I'm just like, I cannot with some of the stuff. Like, I'm just like, this is so dumb. Like, I really like good stand-up, like good stand-up clips, like send me those, but yeah, I think it's funny what gets, but people love like,
just the simplest
just a
dumb.
weird, like a weird little dumb thing. And I need to start doing that. Like, not dumb, but like, maybe clever, short, whatever, maybe is better wording for it. But yeah, start doing that. Like, and because there's like a lot of times I'll hear something, and you know how people like, they'll get a clip and then I can't remember what it's called, but you like replay it and then you stick your head in there and you start talking about whatever's going on. What's it called? I think maybe it's an Instagram thing.
Like narrating?
Like where you re-clip it. I can't remember what it's called now. There's an actual button that you hit, and then you can become part of the clip, and you can talk about it. But I always think of things like that. Like, I'm sure Anthony Fuentes does that with like J-Lo stuff. Like, doesn't he? Like, he's like, meet J-Lo, whatever. Like, he'll play a clip and then he'll be in the clip.
Oh, I know. Oh, like reviews.
Yeah, kind of. But I know there's a word for it. I just can't remember. There's a button. That
reaction video, like
I can't
remix.
Remix. I mean, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
remixing the video. Yeah, I think that you got it. So then it's like, then you come because there's like so many times that I watch videos and I have so many strong opinions about what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, or you're like think of a joke or whatever and just do it.
It's so easy. You should do it.
I should do that.
I got really sick. There's a few months ago where I got really sick in order. It was like COVID, RSV. Then there was that fucking food poisoning diarrhea thing. I don't know.
I hate food poisoning. That's the worst. I think I'd rather have COVID.
Yeah.
Food poisoning is horrible.
But I was so bored. I started doing. It is kind of a cop. Who's the black guy that does the animal voiceovers? Is it Tony Rock or Tony something? But I just started doing like animal voiceover videos.
Yeah.
And my friends they're like, dude, are you doing okay? Like, you're just fucking, hey, how's it going, bud? Like, are
you losing your shit?
Yeah.
Are you becoming Britney Spears? What's going on? Yeah, crazy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's interesting. I will say I'm in the clip phase right now. I'm like clipping my whole life out, like all my set. Like I'm trying to, which I have the podcast, which also helps too, because it's like, okay, well, one day I'll do a podcast clip, and then another day I'll do a stand-up clip, and then another, and I've gotten to the point where I used to have really a goofy mentality about filming yourself. You know what I mean? Like I would pick and choose when I filmed and when I didn't film, like if I felt I was feeling it or not feeling it or whatever. And I was noticing that like I was shitty when I would film, and then I was awesome when I wouldn't film. And then I was talking to somebody and they're like, just film all of them.
Yeah.
And it's like a secondary thing. And then I think too, like I grew up Baptist and like church and everything's like so like perfect and, everything has to be great, And so there's like this pressure, like I have to get the best clip ever out of this set, you know what I mean? Or else.
Yeah.
And that kind of went away when it just became like, okay, my selfie stick, my stick, I bring my phone, I'm filming it. It's no pressure. I'm filming everything. It doesn't matter what happens. If it happens, great. And so there's like, it really alleviated the pressure of like getting a good clip and making this shit happen. It's just like, get up there and do your thing and like whatever. And I mean, I'm sure you feel this, I don't know, like I can't say how you feel, but like to me, a lot of times like my best stand-up is when I can give two shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I am like stressed or nice or like, oh my God, the anxiety, whatever. And I try to talk myself down. But like when I just go and I'm like, I feel prepared. I'm like, I don't care if a shit, if anybody laughs or not. I'm going to just come out here and do my shit and whatever. You can like it or take it or not, or whatever. It's just so much better. And I think that is with life in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we worry about like such minuscule things. And it's like, if you just live your life freely and just go and talk to people and whatever, like magic happens when you're not caring about every little thing, you know?
It's so funny that like the differentiation. I just did a show for there's a guy, Tony Carr. He does like a lot of Tony like he's a suburban guy and he'll shoot out like 5 amazing shows a year.
Okay.
And then just kind of like be in the background,
Yeah, I've never heard of him before.
I don't know why, but like I've done Maggiano's with Joe Kilgallen with him.
Oh yeah,
which
okay.
is so
I
funny.
heard about that. Like through that podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like,
cool. I love Maggiano's food.
I was gonna say
It's just a steady. It's like a good like B+ Italian. You know what I mean? Like if you're not in Italy, it's on Olive Garden. It's just a little bit better.
But I was like, people like me cannot afford to eat here. So I'm getting all the filet mignon medallions, the fucking 1940s wine, you know?
Yes, please feed me.
And then I'm going up there and telling jokes about dog dicks while people spit out their food, you know? Like, but no, I was doing this show.
Funny.
There's this weird theater in Woodridge, Illinois. It's called Hollywood Boulevard Cinema. I guess my wife went there when she was a kid, but it looks like some motherfucker scored big on Bitcoin and then just bought every prop imaginable. That's what it's like a museum / AMC.
Yeah. Okay.
And
it's like movie props, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And the thing with that is that like it's funny like how you're saying like even Zanies, I didn't care. I did care to do well at Zanies.
Yeah.
But
too.
I worked out so much before because I was like, I need to go to that point where the stress is gone.
Yes.
So then when I go to this show and I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I do well here.
Yeah.
But then, you know, what brought my anxiety up is that they serve food there. So in the middle of my set, I started giving a fuck because I'm like, I'm trying to tell this joke over your cheese fries, you know?
Yeah. Stop licking your fingers with the ribs. Like, look at me. Yeah.
Listen to the punchline.
Yeah, you're competing with something.
Yeah.
So it gets a little... I know, it's crazy. Like, in your head is just not a good place to be. Like, I mean, when you're doing comedy, and I've had, I think in the beginning I had a lot of that where I was in my head. And then, like, also, like, caring more about comedians around you, what they're going to think than the crowd. I think that has hindered me at times where I'm like, holy shit, so-and-so's here, you know, and it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, just go up there and do your set, you know?
Yeah.
Now I've gotten a little bit like, okay, we're all human, you know, like, you know, you know.
It's also funny, like, who you take a little inspiration from, but that doesn't get mentioned. Like, you mentioned Luis Arevalo.
Yeah.
I have talked to him. I've gone to a show with him to Wisconsin, and like we've never gotten like best buds, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I love is like, you know, do you know why he does the pauses? Like when he pauses for long. Do you know why?
I think I know, but I don't want to. Is it because he stutters?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
And that's crazy is I forgot who fucking told me this before him, but they were like, thrive in the silence.
Yeah.
Because me, I'd show up at a 3-minute mic and try to shoot out 8 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no room for laughter. Like, hey, you want to?
Yeah. Agreed.
Watching Lewis really fucking inspired me. I don't kiss ass,
he's
but
great. Yeah, no, he's great.
He pauses so long.
Yes.
And people keep laughing.
Yes.
It's like,
I love his comedy. He's one of the first people I booked at Hobart. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really know a lot of comics, but like one person led to another person who led to another person.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know he had a stuttering problem. But I said, what do you want me to say about you? Like, you know, introduce people. And he's like, oh, you know, tell him that, you know, I turned my stutter into, I think it's like, I turned my stutter into a blessing or something like that. I can't remember the exact tagline.
Yeah.
And I was like, he stutters? Like what? So I went up there and introduced him and he was amazing. And he's got some of the funniest jokes. He's a cool hang. He's like a really great guy. I love his comedy.
It's funny to me that he shows up. Like in my mind, it's like, somebody tells him, all right, you got to do a tight 8. Like you get you have to be off at 8. Somebody like you or me will probably be like, all right, I'll show up with 7. For Lewis, because of the pauses, I'm like, he's probably has 3 minutes worth of jokes. And he's stretching the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and he's stretching it out. I know. You know what's funny? When I first started comedy too, I was like the opposite, like, I don't know, they would say 8 and somehow like my 8 became 6 because I was like I was just like spewing it out so fast, like you said. I was just kind of like, remember this crap, so say it fast, you know. And it would be at home, it would be 8, but somehow when I'd get up on the stage, it would end up being like less or whatever.
Yeah. And
it's funny because like I study other comedians and Liza Scherzinger, you know, she's on a Chelsea Handler podcast. She's famous, Liza Scherzinger.
Oh,
she's got some Netflix specials and everything. And her cadence is so fast. Like she's like, I mean, she gets so much in. And she was talking about how, like, if she were slower, same thing. Like if she spoke slowly, she would have like her 1 hour special would be 3 hours, because there's so much in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just the way she does comedy. And that's how she's done it. And she's successful. But I agree with you. I feel like pacing and spaces are so important. And I don't know what it is about silence that I don't know. And I think in my real, like, everyday life, I have this thing where, especially when I'm in go mode, where I'm like messaging people or like texting people, or I'm trying to plan something, even with just friends.
Yeah.
Like I'll message and I'll get this like, why haven't they responded? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Like I get this like looking at my phone and like, okay, when are they gonna respond? Like, okay, and I'm like, give it some time. You know what I mean? Like, or like tickets are on sale like at 10 a.m. Like, hurry up and tell me yes or no. You know what I mean?
how old are you?
It's so hilarious. I do not tell people my age, and it's so funny because when I was coming up here, I'm like, I bet you he's gonna ask me my age, and here you are asking me my age.
If you don't.
Once I turned 30, I was like, I'm not telling everybody my age. It was just one of these things. So yeah, I don't tell people my age.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I'm asking because I wonder if that's like, because I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
And so to me, I wonder, like, I was just talking to Kyle Kanswick. He's like a new comedian in the Burbs, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that. I'm like, dude, is it just me? Or doesn't it fucking, like in my generation, everybody responded. And now there's just people like, I don't respond.
And I'm terrible. So
I check my messages every 5 days. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That drives me insane.
I had a friend that I met at Second City, and he was like, we are such good friends. And he explained to me, he's like, Susana, don't get offended. Like, look at my phone. I have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of texts.
Yeah.
Like, if I answer your call, kind of like I'm lucky if he answers my call, like kind of like he's in the zone and texting and communicating and calling and all of that isn't important to him. And it was good that he explained it to me, because it's like, okay, well, I won't take offense if I don't have a response or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I get kind of funny like that. So I think that projects on stage. Like I'm getting better at it. I mean, like leaving some space in there. But it's kind of like, and comedy is just so funny. It's like reaction, and then you got to go up, reaction. I mean, it's like you get this immediate. I love when it's going well, of course. Like I just did Second City on the 21st of November, and I don't know what happened with that crowd. It was almost like they told them, everybody has to laugh. Like you get a free ticket for the next show if you laugh. I don't know. They were just eating everything up, and I was just like, holy crap, this is awesome, to the point where I was a little shocked. I'm like, whoa, you're laughing. Like, I mean, everything was killing. It was like, it felt great, and that immediate gratification is so awesome. And so I think that like that whole thing, and I'm not like that every day. There's days where I'm sane and I expect people to take a little bit of time to respond.
Yeah.
So it's not every day, but a lot of times. And then my friend goes, man, Susana, sometimes you're just like, why haven't they responded? And I'm like that with like venues. I like things like I'm trying to get things done, and I'm like, why aren't they responding?
I get paranoid. Like, I mean, I could name at least on both my hands people like comedians.
Yeah.
That I used to talk to regularly.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to come on the podcast? Yeah, I will. And then they just stop talking. And I'm like, it's me, isn't it? Because I'm just like, what the fuck happened,
Yeah, no, I understand.
But people get busy. Like, I just like, if you get hung up on it, it'll drive you insane.
Yeah, it will drive you insane.
I wanted to ask you before I forget. I'm sorry.
No,
you
that's
mentioned
okay.
There's a viral clip that you had, the 40,000.
Yeah.
And you said that there's like the comments. What was the clip? Can I ask it? Like,
yeah, it's so I have a whole bit about most of my set is Mexican, looking white, all that, and then it goes into even though I'm Mexican, I grew up Baptist, even though I'm Mexican. I think I'm possessed by a little white girl. Like I have all these little things. So I have a whole thing about being Mexican and having the butt of a black girl.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And
So it was what we were talking about, where like with the black guys.
Yeah. The black men's are commenting. So so there's a point where I kind of sing a little piece of the Beyonce song. I don't think you're ready. And then I'm like, who's there? Where are my black men at? So that's the phrase, where are my black men at? And so then it was so funny because it was one in the front and I didn't see him. And I was like, oh my goodness, how did I miss you? And so then I go like, thanks for appreciating my ass. Thanks for giving it the recognition it deserves. Go through that. And then, it just it just talks about how, and I don't want to give out the whole joke here, but when I rock, the attention that I get from black men, basically, my ass. And it's true. I mean, I'm not lying. Now I'm not for every black man, but I'm not for every white man, and I'm not for every Hispanic man. I mean, none of us are for everyone. It's not like every black man gives me attention. But I know that if I'm at, a long time ago, one of my friends at work was a black girl, and we went to a club in her neighborhood, and I mean, I was the only, and I'm not even white, I'm Mexican, but I was the only Caucasian-looking person there. And I mean, I got a lot of looks and attention and whatever. I mean, it felt great. You know what I mean? I mean, who doesn't like attention? I mean, it felt great. So I kind of do all that, that whole thing. And then I have a whole thing about white guys not liking me, whatever. And so, the comments, and it's crazy because the hashtag, I'm using this AI program and it's hashtag, one of them was hashtag black men.
Yeah.
So I think I just got a spew of a lot of black men.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of them are hearts and hot and whatever. And I mean, a lot of it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
But then there is some where it's I'm waiting for her to be funny, or
that's every fucking
not
woman.
Me, or
that's every
this is a hard
comedian.
No. I'm like, nobody's asking you. I was just kind of no one's asking you if I'm going to date you. That's not the question. That was not even part of the bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't okay, black man, see me outside. I never said catch me outside or catch me inside or whatever. I never said that. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of funny. But I was talking to a male comic and he was like, yeah, Susana, you're a female. Men are going to comment about that just because you're a female. They're going to comment, and I mean, I get it. There's rock stars that, I love music and people are so hot, so hot. But I mean, nobody's really hard no. Nobody does that to Harry Styles or whatever.
I'm waiting for the part where you're a rock star, right?
Yeah.
But all the women, all women have to deal with that bullshit, and it's so good. It always makes me laugh. There's a few top 3 that makes me laugh. I love it.
Yeah.
When haters tell comedians, who told you you're funny?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people say it? Do you really think that's the worst jab? Is saying you're not funny? Then the second one.
I'm so glad you're bringing up haters because we got to talk about that. But anyway, second up.
And then
second thing.
Second thing. Yeah. All of my roast battles.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't say anything about his fucking haircut. It's just because it's it's low hanging fruit, bro. That's
Yeah.
But the last thing I was gonna tell you,
that's funny.
I wanted to tell you quickly the way you mentioned how you went to this club and you got all this attention.
Yeah.
I can't believe I never told this story to anyone, but it's so funny because the opposite happened to me.
Okay.
So I went to my wife's best friend had a bachelor party, and I'm fucking wild. I have my own. I there's a moment where I snapped and I was just I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
So I have this suit I'm gonna wear to the Burbies in 2 weeks, the Suburban Awards, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a red silk suit. I got it at one of those high school prom suit shops because I look like I look like a mob boss in a musical. And I wore this thing to the wedding.
Yeah.
And then in between I was I wanted to have a cigar, so I'm like, honey, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go to the car garage. And we were on that, I don't know what it's called, but it's this expensive ass restaurant on the Chicago River. It's on a boat.
Okay.
And so I go out and there's a group of 7 black chicks, and then there was another group of like white chicks with their dudes, and they're like,
yeah,
ooh, I want to hang out with him because of my suit.
Yeah, because black men wear nice red suits and bold colors and
I was
stuff.
just like, I'm so glad my wife didn't come with me.
That's
she
so
fucking
funny.
Pissed. Because I don't think that's ever happened to any white guy, but I was like,
my
confidence is
I
up.
got attention. Yeah. It feels great. I mean, it's flattering to me. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're flirting with me or you think I'm cute, it's like, okay, cool. You know, it is flattering. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's funny. Back to the haters comment, because like lately, like, okay, do you feel like you have haters in the comedy world?
Haters. I'm not joking.
I'm killing it with the haters.
I hate being that. You see it on every whatever it's called, rice burners. You know, the I love haters on the back of their. I swear to God, like, there's so many people. I mean, if you want to go first, I can tell you, like, or if you want, like, there's so many people I've had where, like, I was like, oh, hey man, so like, we used to like book shows together. Like, what's going on? They're like, oh, you know, I'm taking a break from social media. I'm actually deleting my account. The next 6 months, they view my story every day.
Oh my God.
What are you fucking talking about?
Wow. Right? That's some shade.
Yeah.
You know, I will say I think men are very rough with each other in the comedy game. Like, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, the last time I did Zanies, maybe I shouldn't say this, but maybe I should talk about and I like everybody, but I mean, names. It was like, holy crap, like, there was like some, like, I wouldn't say it was bullying. It's just trash talk, but I think guys can handle that. And I mean, my brothers trash, like, people at work together, or they trash talk each other, or their friends. I think that's just a dynamic with men, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, I know for sure, like, there are a few, I know I have a few haters, because, like, I could just tell, and I mean, I don't want to go into specific details, but I know that you're out there. I know who you are. But, you know, it's okay. Because, like, I kind of like, there's a little bit of me that kind of, it's okay. Like, I kind of think it fuels you more, like, when you have haters a little bit sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, okay, cool. I must be doing something right if I have haters. Or, I mean, if you hate me, I don't know. If you hate me because I'm successful or whatever, that's even better. But, like, I don't know, like, when it's so funny, I grew up in church and I played the piano and I was like I was a music coordinator and stuff. And even in church, I had some haters.
Yeah. Oh, church has the most haters.
Oh, I know, right?
I was just talking about this
it's crazy.
In that clown interview.
Yeah. I had a lot of lovers too, not like people that loved me, but I had a lot of haters.
Yeah. No, I was talking about, like, when I grew up in a Catholic school. Yeah. My family, like, I've talked about this with other, like, when I had women on the podcast. Yeah. I was fucked up because I grew up with the most, like, a coven of the most miserable divorced women in my family.
Oh, okay.
So it gave me a bad view of, like, oh, is this how all women are? You know, it's like, no, this is a fucking witch cult, right? You know, because
they're banding together to hate men.
I mean, my little poor Polish bullied ass was just like, please God, stop the Italian bullies. And they're next to me in Polish, like, she gained 10 pounds. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's so true.
She's got another black eye. Where'd that come from?
She looks terrible, or whatever. Or
it was like they went to church to shit talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of shit talk at church for sure. A lot of gossip.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, when I grew up, like, I was so used to it. I used to love gossip. Now I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. Yeah. And the gossip still comes to me even though I don't go to church. It's hilarious. Yeah. Like, people, like, it trickles. I'm like, oh, that happened, you know. But, like, yeah, I mean, I remember this one lady, she would say the meanest things to me. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of like, okay, why are you saying such mean things, you know? And at first I would take it. And then, like, every once in a while I'd kind of say something back, you know, because like, to defend myself, because I was like, whatever, lady, I don't care what you're saying. But I mean, a lot of it, I think a lot of hate stems from, like, people not liking where they're at in their life, or they're jealous of where you're at in in your life. Like, I don't know. Some of it is actually a little, I don't know. In the comedy game, I feel like, not that I want everybody to hate me and, like, blast me on social media, but I'm just saying a little bit of it is kind of good. It's kind of like, oh, okay, you're watching what I'm doing.
You know,
like,
you know
right,
what it is?
Cool.
I think it's haters hate that, not just that you're doing good, but that you're doing good and you're comfortable being yourself.
Yeah, you're unapologetically yourself.
Because any haters that I can think of, I wouldn't. I'm not even saying this out of hate. they haven't found their voice. They're like real nervous. Like they're it's almost like they're playing. It's almost like, hey, I'm a Shane Gillis fan, so I'm going to pretend and act like Shane Gillis.
Right.
It's like they hate how confident you are in, this is what I am. This is what you're getting. And I don't give a fuck, you know?
Yeah. And when I came into comedy, I mean, you know, acting was a little competitive, but it wasn't in a way. Because it was like everybody clearly, like, everybody had their role to play, right? Like one of my good friends, he was a good-looking guy, so he would play like a good-looking guy, and like those kind of scenes. Well, I can't play that. I'm a girl, you know. I have a certain niche or whatever that I could play, and then like some people can play the daughter, and some people can play the son. You know, like it was like you're only competing with your own type, if that makes any sense. But like in comedy, it seems like there's a lot of competition, but I came in it with a lot of love, you know, like I want people to succeed, and I'm happy when people succeed. Yeah. But then as you go on and you're like, oh, okay, not everybody is lovely. Yeah. Like that person was just a dick to me, or that person just said that or whatever. And now I'm to the point where I want nice people to succeed. Like good, funny, nice people where you're happy that they're successful. I mean, not to say that like when a dick succeeds, it's kind of like, okay, well, they're succeeding. But I'm not as happy about it. And I'll be honest, I'm not. And I mean, but again, I don't want to, I'm not going to trash them either.
Or
like
when
whatever,
and they
do your
become
thing.
That's worse.
You know what's crazy about that? It's like, you know, I mean, some people aren't even that successful and they act like a dick, and it's like, what's going to happen to you? If you ever are successful. Yeah. Like, but then you'll have people that I feel like are very successful that are just the kindest, sweetest. Like, and I would say a lot of the headliners in Chicago are just the kindest and sweetest people, and they are killing it, you know? Yeah. Jim Flanagan, just one of the nicest guys you could ever talk to. Joey Villagomez for me, Abby Sanchez, like Joe Chicagoland, like they've always been really nice and friendly. Like, I mean, Jeannie Dugan, like, you know, of course, like women are pretty nice to women, but like, I mean, it's funny because like the most successful people can be so humble and nice and kind, and not be, and I ask them for advice for sure, but like, some people are just interesting for sure. It's just kind of. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I think it's weird that being nice can weird people out, because like anytime, I mean, I think it happened when I saw your list of shows. I was like, hey, congrats, you're fucking killing it. I do it to everybody that I see. I'm like, hey, I seen you struggling. You got a fucking schedule lined up, you know, congrats. Like, I'm happy for you. And I think people are so not nice today that they're like, okay, what's the catch? What do you want from me? And it's like, I'm always willing. Like, I think I messaged you. I was like, I'm always willing to travel if you do out of state shows, because I've been working on this thing. It's kind of on the download, but I've been trying to book tours out of state. Okay. And so I just kind of like, there's certain people who aren't comfortable leaving Illinois. Okay. So I just let people know. But the moment you're nice, some people are like, what is this guy doing? You know? Yeah. And I love the people that it's beautiful. Like, I mean, off the bat, like I seen Peyton Ruddy a lot. I've done roast battle. It's on fucking miracle what's happening to him.
Yeah, you know? He's blowing up.
He dropped in at the open mic yesterday, and he was absolutely hilarious, you know? Okay. Tom Feeback. He's a like personal friend of mine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's cool. Austin. He's fucking opening across the U.S. for Chris D. Yeah. When he's in town, he's going to be on here. It's just like... That's cool. AJ Leidig. We started
I love AJ.
Yeah. They're just so... They are humble.
Of the three, I know AJ the most. Tom Feeback, I was about to book him for Chicagoland, and he left to Austin. Same thing with Peyton. I was about to book him, and he went to Austin. But I mean, they're great hangs. Like, I mean, one of the funniest things I heard from Peyton was at the Laugh Factory. It was such a hilarious. We were just sitting there. He's such a funny guy. Yeah. So and AJ's really cool. AJ, like, he's doing Carmel Thursday with Abby. We're going up there, and he's just super cool, super humble, super nice. And I've seen him in situations where he could have, like, been a dick or looked out for himself and he didn't.
Yeah.
And I respect the shit out of that because I feel like, wow, you really could have, because I've seen some behaviors. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be like the comedian police, the comedy police. But like I've seen some behaviors from people where I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's good to watch people in their element or whatever, and again, and observe.
You know what I'm thinking of? What you're saying right now in this whole vibe?
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize I think dudes have more drama in comedy than women. I really do. I'm serious.
Well, I will say a lot of I mean, I think I put a post up recently on my Instagram where I was like, man, a lot of men have given me a lot of opportunities lately, and I really appreciate. Not all of them are douchebags because I know men get a bad. I have two brothers, and sometimes we fight like cats and dogs, but I'm just not one of those women that are like haters of men or think that all men are horrible. And I've encountered some douchebags, and I've encountered people outside of comedy that have been assholes. I'm not saying that, but I don't think all of them should be lumped up in this whole like.
Yeah.
You're a bad guy type of thing. So, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I feel like, I mean, I've had a couple of guys that have been dicks, but not many. I would say the majority of guys are really cool and have been very kind to me.
Yeah.
I think it works both ways. I think with females too, I want to say the majority of people have been great. Like I did a whole female show at the Mike Yo show one time, and I was like, and they were all really cool. There's a few that have been kind of like, but again, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. Sometimes if they brush you off or they're just not as friendly, you don't know. And some women kind of feel like they do kind of look at you as a competition. Like some of my best shows, which I've loved, like I think the second Zanies I did, I was the only female on the lineup. And then Second City, I was the only female on the lineup. And I felt like it was awesome. And I mean, maybe it's because I have brothers and I've had a plethora of guy friends growing up. Like I'm just so used to being around guys that it's just, I think sometimes it's just easy. I don't know what it is. It's like less complicating and no slam to women. I love being a woman, and I have awesome female friends that have my back and we have each other's back. But for some reason, sometimes there can be that competitive twinge or something weird or whatever. But for the most part, I would say, I mean, it's probably even keel, like 95% of everybody's awesome. You know what I mean? They're pretty cool. But we were talking earlier too about like haters or people that like that guy that like said he deleted his social media, and then you see him and you're like, okay, clearly he lied to me. You know? Like I don't. I'm
it's like,
trying
why
to
can't
learn.
you be honest?
I know.
Like what do you like? Am I really that someone? Let me tell you real quick. This other funny thing. This guy. I remember I woke up one morning, and I'm not going to name names, but they're just like, yo, man, sorry. I heard you were talking trash about me, so I blocked you. Re-add me as a friend. I'm like,
oh.
Are we high school girls right now? Because I can put my cheerleading outfit on, you know?
Now, were you talking shit about him?
Well.
That's so funny.
So here's what I found out is that, like, I mean, when I had the circle of friends that I had growing up, like starting in comedy, we would tell each other, you should do this with this joke. You should do so some comedians are so sensitive where I'd be like, that joke is awful or something, you know?
Oh.
And it's not shit talking. It's more like constructive criticism. But some people would take it personally. So that's what it was.
Okay.
And so when they told me that, I was like, okay, dude, first of all, the what you're calling trash talking that I do.
Yeah.
Here's what's funny. I don't even know if I should say this, but something, I'm not going to get into specifics, but something happened where I was offering advice and I was saying it in the general like, oh, you sometimes, like if you ask me like, Phil, like how do you deal with bombing? And I'd be like, oh, sometimes you just gotta let go, They took it personally as in sometimes you, Susana, you gotta let go.
Right.
And when I said that, they spilled it all out. It all spilled like, fuck you, man. Oh yeah, Mr. I crush all the time, Lisecki. And I was like, oh, this is what you think of me. You're just kind of like, and then here's what made me laugh even more. He goes, yeah. He's like, cause you talk trash. I'm like, dude, it's okay for comedian. Here's what I'll say. In all honesty,
okay.
The amount of time I'd be like, man, that joke. Like, oh, it's another. The priest molested me. It's so fucking hack, right? All comedians talk about that, but as much as I do like that shitting, I'll be like, my buddy Bewey, he's got this joke about a guy karaokeing "Sweet Child of Mine," and he's like, man, wouldn't it be weird if he's a pedophile? Like. Mm-hmm. I compliment as much as I like, hey, this needs work, and this person took it personally, and then finally I just got so riled up. I'm just like, how about this, bro? If you don't think everybody in the comedy scene trash talks, write my name in your messenger chat right now. Let's pull up every single fucking thing you said about me. And then that kind of like scared them off.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like people, that's why sometimes I'm glad I don't know. You are who you present yourself to that person.
Yeah.
And they might be going through some shit that they're not vibing with you at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've learned that too. Cause like everybody's got their days. And I mean, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person, but there's times like, I mean, I did a show one time where I put down my dog on Tuesday and I did a show on Friday and I did not do well, but I was like, I was hurting, man. I was just like trying to shake it off. And I mean, I did okay, but I could have done better. But like, And so maybe people at that show might have been like, oh, she seems different or she's not whatever. But like I was hurt inside. So I do understand like people's psychosis. Like you don't always have a great day or you're going through something or whatever. And you maybe don't want to share it with everybody that's there. You know what I mean? I do get that. But yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of like a dipper inner and dipper outer because I live in Indiana. Then it's like I kind of go to Chicago like with intention, if that makes any sense. Like if I'm booked for a show, I mean whatever, I don't just go. I don't have the time or affordability to just go hang and see. But like I try to be kind to everybody and whatever. And I will say, I don't know. I kind of feel like a good idea can come from anywhere. I wouldn't really take offense. Like if people are like, oh, this joke, you could do this or you could say this or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it comes across better if it's from somebody that I really admire and respect in the scene. You know what I mean? Too. But I feel like a good idea can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people
I kind of feel like if I didn't like the comment from somebody, and this is how I operate. I try to operate, and I kind of hate saying this because then I don't want anybody to try to test me. Because, oh my God, I was just talking to a teacher, and I think there's like a new thing on TikTok about like rage, where you pick on somebody and see if you can get them fired up.
Rage bait?
Yeah, rage bait. Yeah. And I'm like, oh God, please don't do that to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Please. But like I've had different comments said to me or whatever, and if it stings or if I don't care for it, I just file it back in my Rolodex. Like, okay. Or I analyze it and I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But I mean, to go after that person and be like, fuck you, whatever, it's like, I don't, how does that help anything? I mean, I don't know.
Also, like, I mean, you look at it like, too, it's like, if somebody did hear some trash, it's like, so all it took was that one thing for you to not want to be cool friends with. Like, you made up your mind that you don't like me. You were just looking for that last straw, Yeah. And that's okay. Like I think that's, we were talking about Zoe Dodson earlier.
Yeah.
And she's fucking killing.
Yeah.
And you're
love
like,
her. Yeah. She's great.
She's, you know why I think she's doing well? It's like, this is a weird theory I heard in the 90s, but it was just like, I'm not shitting on Zoe at all.
Okay.
It's talking about balance.
Don't shit on her.
She has a high amount on both sides of the scales, and that is that I remember in the 90s and people being like, how the fuck is Marilyn Manson this popular, right? Because I play guitar, so I was like, the guitars are so. I could teach you a Marilyn Manson song right now if you never played guitar.
Oh, really?
It's so
really
fucking easy. It's
really?
so easy.
Okay, so I know music, but I don't know guitar enough to know that. Okay, cool.
So I was like, it's not, talented, but it's poppy.
Yeah.
But then also, he's a fucking showman.
Yeah, he's a good entertainer for sure.
So
I don't like him because of everything he did, but anyway.
No, me neither. I haven't liked him. I haven't liked it.
I was never really into him though. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, Marilyn Manson. But anyway, okay. So back to
like I was like, how does somebody like that get big? And it was like because he took the balance of like what is a little bit of poppy versus a little bit of showmanship. Like where I remember like there was, because I was in the metal, there was always the argument death metal versus black metal. Black metal is like all Norwegian and Satanist, and it was because like black metal puts on a show. Like they have it's like you're at the circus. There's shit
like
going
War, is that black metal? Okay, yeah.
Well, that's not black, but I mean it's like it's a show.
Similar. Yeah.
And death metal is just like, here's another 5 guys who smell like swamp ass and flannel,
Right. Flannel.
Like it's a concert versus a show. And so like Zoe, she has that perfect balance of like funny, extremely likable.
Very, yes.
Because it's like if you took one of those away, I don't think she would be where she's at. If she was like as funny, but then not as likable, she might be there. Or if she was less funny but more likable, she's got it's that perfect balance.
Yeah, she has she's got a good balance at that. It's funny. I sometimes, I was talking about Chicagoland earlier, that there's only 4 a year, and so it's 24 comedians a year, but like. I fell on her, like I was literally just scrolling social media, not really paying attention, and I saw a clip of hers, and it was so short. It was such a short little clip. It was when she first started, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so funny. And I booked her from that little small clip, and I mean, it couldn't have been more than 30 seconds or a minute. It was such a small clip. And I reached out to her, and I'm like, hey, I really like your comedy, da-da-da. And she came to the show, and she was a year in. I think she was a year in. And she was amazing, killed it. And I've always seen her kill it since. And it was so crazy because then I asked her to come back to Chicagoland, and she was in the room, and then, like, I can't remember what I said. I said or somebody else said. And then she said, for you, anything. She said that to me, and I just was like, wow. Like, that just felt so sweet and authentic and kind, and like, man, but I think that I had given her like a big stage at year 1 when I thought she was really funny. And it was just cool. And I mean, I'm very loyal to the kilt too. Like, I was talking to somebody about loyalty the other day.
To the what?
About loyalty. Like,
loyal to the kilt too? What?
Maybe I am horrible at phrases. Okay, like the other day, I was like, I went down the rabbit trail, and it's like a rabbit hole. I say that all the time, and my brother makes fun of me. He's like, okay, you're not even making any sense.
I had a bit about that where I was at my job.
What is it? Loyal to the what?
I don't know. It might be a second language thing.
Maybe
serious.
It is loyal to the kilt. I don't know.
I
don't know what I was trying to say.
I was at my
very loyal.
I was at my job, and my boss was like, "No, you're not going to change me." I'm like, "Oh, it's like giving mouth to mouth to a horse, right?" It's like, no, it's like beating a dead horse. Who gives mouth to mouth to a fucking horse?
That's funny. Yeah, I do that all day long. I say the wrong things, and it's like, wait, that's not the phrase. That's not the phrase.
But I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. But I'm really loyal to whatever. Yeah. To the death. And so when you were like, not to trash talk Joey, I'm like, don't trash talk her, because I am really loyal. Like, once I like somebody in the scene, like, and I'm like this with everybody. I remember I was at work one time, and there was I was a translator, and this man was like so sweet to me. Like, he would like, we would work the evening shift. He would buy pizza for me, blah, blah, blah. And somebody wanted to come in and say something about him. I go, you're not going to talk about him. Like, he's such a nice guy. You're not talking about him. So I'm like that very much so, especially if somebody's expressed, like, she's really super cool. And and I am very happy for her success. I think it's great. And I mean, she's just killing it, and,
I was,
well deserved.
I was
to kill
saying,
it.
I didn't want to make it seem like it's exactly 50-50 with her. When I was saying,
Yeah.
like
no, I know
she's
what you
like
mean.
she is.
You didn't say anything mean.
Yeah.
I don't know why you said not to trash talk her, because like, yeah, you didn't trash talk her at all. But I totally get you. I totally get that. Like, I feel like there are people that, like, yeah, they have that. They have that likability factor, and then also they're very funny too.
Yeah.
And
sometimes all it takes is like the likability and the thing. Like sometimes all it takes is something you're wearing to fuck it all up. Like I was talking to another comedian.
Wow, I guess so.
Like, see, this is what people would consider trash talk. I was talking about this other comedian where they're like, man, this girl, she kills all the time. She's fucking great. And I'm like, but you know what rubs me the wrong way is like this person that I was talking about, they have really black eyes. Like they've been crying all day. And I'm like, it's just really weird to hear this funny, happy-go-lucky joke from somebody that looks like they've been crying in the shower all day.
Now, do they put makeup that makes them look like they have black eyes, or they just are genetically disposed? They're just like genetically have black eyes.
They're just Pete Davidson, you know?
Oh, yeah, Pete Davidson. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah.
And that's there's where the look matches the comedy, because he's like a huge pothead.
I love him, by the way. And a lot of people do not like him or do not like his stand-up. And I'm like, have you heard, like, I'm a big fan of Pete Davidson, and I've seen him several times, and I've been lucky enough to where I've seen him and he has not yet because sometimes he cancels tours, and I'll be like, I see him, and then like 3 days later he cancels. You know, I see him, and then 3 days later he cancels. So I'm like, yes, I got it in. You know, but I think he's so funny. There's some bits that he talks about that are so hysterical. Like he just pushes the envelope, and I enjoy that. You know, but yeah, I mean, I saw him at the Vic for the first time, Vic Theater. Was it Vic or the Riv? One of those two. I get, they're interchangeable, kind of like they're the same person. Yeah. But like he looked like he just rolled out of bed. Like
yeah.
And I loved that, because it's like, this is who he is. He just rolled out of bed and he came out here. And then for his Netflix special, he was like in a suit. And I was like, this isn't jiving. Like, I don't want to see Pete Davidson in a suit.
It distracted you the whole time,
right? Yeah. It was kind of like, oh man, like I want to see him when he just rolls out of bed. Yeah. And it just goes better. And honestly, I felt like which Stand Up Live is way better than any set, anything you film. But sometimes you see people live and they're amazing, and then you see the special on the same tour, and you're like, oh man, like I liked it better over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a thing. But yeah, I think the suit was kind of, and he's so tall, it just looked awkward on him, and he's kind of got like, his shoulders aren't really statuesque. It's so funny. So now I'm criticizing him.
You look like the
comments.
Like
his shoulders are kind of narrow, so the suit just doesn't work for him.
Look like Slappy from Goosebumps. Yeah. The ventrilo.
I don't think I've ever seen Goosebumps. Yeah, okay. I'm not a Goosebump person, but yeah, I just feel like he looked better just when he would roll out of bed and come on stage, and it
because
just
that's his whole thing. Yeah.
But that's how it is. Yeah, he kind of seems.
I had a comedian. I asked him. I was like, dude, sometimes I get so riled up about thinking of like. Sometimes I used to think, because I looked up like how you said that you surround yourself by beasts.
Yeah,
I used to always follow around Brando Harris, Tom Feeback, Luca Farrow, even Peyton. The few times that I've seen it, I was like. Try and be around them, because I'm like, you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. In life and everything. Yeah.
It made me better, but then being around them, I was like, because they're kind of like clean cut, I was like, man, do I need to like chop this haircut off and get a Letterman jacket? and my buddy Nick Emeka, he's like, Phil,
so funny.
You keep the mullet, you keep the tracksuits, and you know why? Because that's what fucking people remember when you walk off that stage. It's like you could be on a lineup of like a bunch of guys that look all the same, and they're gonna be like, who the fuck was that guy in the red tracksuit? That's how they'll fucking remember you.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be you at the end of the day. Yeah. You have to just dress how you feel comfortable. I think my first Chicagolands, like I was like really dressy, and I kind of stopped that. I was like, okay, I don't want to be like I don't want to look like the school teacher.
Yeah.
So I started doing more like jeans and a little cool, like classy, but also, like put together, but also cooler like outfits. So
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. And I mean, and I could look frumpy in a hot second if I'm not careful, you know what I mean? Just because I'm a bigger girl. But like, yeah, you have to be you and wear what you feel comfortable with. And I agree. I feel like if your outfit, if you don't feel comfortable in your outfit, like it's going to show up in the stand up. Like if you feel confident in what you're doing and how you feel and what you're doing. I mean, it can't be so, I don't know. I think comedy is one of those things where it doesn't really matter what you look like. Like if you're really funny, I mean, you can pull you can be you know what I mean?
It put me in this ditch of like, man, sometimes I feel like I don't want people to think I'm like looking for this attention. This is how I dress because I'm fucking weird. But I don't want people to be like, I would want to look plain clothed, like I came out of some fucking
like
camp.
You want to be you, and you don't want it to look like you're being hacky about the outfit. Like you did this on purpose or whatever.
Yeah. So, but you got to wrap it up soon, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just looking because I'm going to see Mark Tremonti tonight.
Yeah.
So I gotta get out of here.
Can I quickly, 5 minutes, I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So, like, how long have you been, you said you'd been doing it 5 years?
5 years. So September of 2025, which just happened not too long ago, was my 5-year anniversary, September 25th of 2025.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
And did you start in Indiana?
Yeah. I live in Indiana, started in Indiana at a bar show, then I got Hopeward Art. Nice. I always just wanted to create stages. I think it's important. I do love producing. I was a music coordinator in my church, so it kind of just... Like I used to book people to sing. So it was just kind of an easy thing to do for me.
Yeah.
I know people are like, oh my, so I don't know how to do it. But for me, it's like secondhand. I like the puzzle of it. I like, I like the booking. I get excited when people say yes, they're going to come do the show. I'm like, hey, good. That worked out, whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for 5 years now. And I've done Laugh Factory. I mean, I just did Zanies not too long ago. I've done Zanies twice. I did Second City. I'm hosting for Joey Villagomez January 7th at Zanies.
Nice.
So I'm really super excited about that because he asked me, which was really super cool. I am hosting for Josh Wolf and Jeff Dye at Hopeward Art, so that's really cool. And
Jeff Dye's getting a lot of flack right now, so that'll be good exposure.
Yeah, he always gets flack. I like him too.
I like him.
I like his comedy. I like a lot of people's comedy. I know I'm wrapping it up, but I'm still talking. Like, I don't care what your point of view is. If you're funny, I mean, I follow Chelsea Handler a lot. And I like Bill Burr, and I like Dave Chappelle, even his last stuff. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're funny, I really don't care what your point of view is.
Yeah.
If you're funny, you're funny, and I don't have to agree. I don't subscribe to this. Like, I have to agree with everything that you agree with for me to talk to you or hang out with you or be your pal. Like, I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a church that kind of isolated us from being friends with other people that didn't have the same belief systems. And so to me, it's not cool. It's like, I have a friend that's an atheist. I believe in God. And like, we've never really had the conversation of like God, but like one of these days I will. But she's one of my best friends. I just hung out with her Saturday. I went to her party and everybody left and we just hung out and talked for hours. And she's given me some of the best life advice I could ever ask for. I just I don't subscribe to this whole cultish behavior of like, you have to, it's just really weird how society's gotten. And if you want to work that way, that's totally cool. If you want to be that person, that's totally fine. But like, I don't like that. 'Cause like, anybody that you encounter is going to have a different belief system about a lot of things. I mean, we were talking about beefs, and how we like Portillo's, and like some people, it didn't even make the 30 popular list. Okay, so now am I going to not hang out with somebody because they don't like Portillo's? I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's that simple. And I know that there are topics of religion and politics and all the things that are heavy-handed topics. I get all that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I can't hang out with you if you're like, I don't know, if you're spewing out hate every 2 seconds about people, or you're or you're just openly racist about stuff. Like, I don't know if I can take that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sit around you and be your bestie because you're like slamming somebody.
Yeah.
And I mean, people hate on a lot of different reasons for people, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't think I can do that. You know what I mean? But like if we have different belief systems, I don't understand how. At any rate, I'm getting off track, but yeah. I mean, he's really funny. He's killing it. He's everywhere. So is Josh Wolf. He's everywhere. I mean, it's different comedy, but it's great. I just think if you're funny, you're funny. You know what I mean? And
that is what it comes down to.
Yeah, if you can get away with a lot of things.
See, recently, what's really, my friend told me this, and it's really sad how much it is. It's like he's telling me about this book, but it's called The Culture of Critique, and he was like, the beginning of America, it was like consumers versus creators, and like people who are consumers, it was like you're whatever, like you think of like 1930s, or like you're some plumber or you're some deli owner, you accepted that you're an average Joe. This is my role in society, but I enjoy seeing crooners and singers and stuff, you know. And the creators accepted that, and then like this third piece came out where they're like, how do we ride the coattails of the creators? And that's what journalists are, and that's what feeds all this. Is like lately when I go on YouTube, it's so funny to me that it was like it's like this whole Rogan sphere versus everybody else. So now there's all these YouTubers doing a review of why you should hate these comedians. Like, dude, this is so dumb. You know, like you don't even know what they are as people. Like, I'm gonna have a YouTube channel riding this comedian's coattails.
Oh my God.
Hating on his personal life.
Yeah. I also think, like, I don't know, if you don't want to watch Rogan, just don't watch Rogan. I mean, if you don't want to watch, Call Her Daddy, don't watch Call Her Daddy. I mean, I've watched both. I watched Theo Vaughn. I watch a plethora of different. I'm into Sam Morril and Mark Norman and their whole like Let's Get Drunk podcast. I think it's called Let's Get Drunk or something. Such a funny podcast.
I like
love. I know. It's Let's Get Dumb as Joe Kilgallen, and the other one is what is it again?
We Might Be Drunk.
We Might Be Drunk. Yeah, I'm really digging that. I don't know the name of it, but I'm digging it. But yeah, I feel like, and I don't know, I heard recently TMZ had this whole thing about the Golden Globes, and they're now nominating podcasts. And
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, the 5 podcasts that are nominated, I think Call Her Daddy is one of them. I couldn't see the list, but the 5, Rogan is not on there, and neither is Theo Vaughn. And Rogan's like number 1. I mean, you can't, like, to me, that's ridiculous. Like, it's almost like not nominating the number 1 movie for an Oscar that everybody went to go see just because of whatever reason, you know? And of course it's because he's right. He leans right, and everybody, and I'm not a right winger and I'm not a left winger.
I think
I'm in the middle, but I just kind of feel, I don't really like politics. I just can't sometimes with politics. Like, I feel like nobody really has our best interests. You just have to pick from 2 candidates that you were given. You have to just pick the best choice. Now, but I mean, I'm not a Trump lover either. I mean, I just don't, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's just something you can't control. You can go vote, you can go write your congressman. And if you want to go talk about it, great. I mean, if you want to be politically driven, go ahead and be that. But don't hate me because I'm not. You know what I mean? But back to that whole thing, I don't understand why. How is he not nominated? And TMZ, Harvey Levin was talking about that. And Harvey is like a Democrat.
I do think it's because his he rambles so much that his clips get more views than his whole podcast. And also, I don't think so. I think it's like, I think his podcast was number 1. I just saw an article how his podcast was number 1 in 2025. I mean, I can't imagine that doesn't include all hours of viewership. But I mean,
you know what I mean? But I totally get the clip part.
It might be based on like maybe like favorite clicks, like, oh, this is a favorite episode. But also, like, I know that the thing with the Rogan is it's funny to me that people are ashamed. Everybody listened to Rogan at one point.
Yeah, I listen to him when he's got comics. It just depends on the guest. I'm funny because, like, I talk to somebody and I'm like, I hate when he starts talking about animals because I just don't get into animals and I just don't understand talking about a cheetah hunting for like hours. Like when he had Matt Rife on there, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be a great comedy podcast. And it's like, it was wasted. It was wasted on animals.
Well, he
and
does
dumb stuff. I was just like,
that's what I was gonna say. Every episode, he touches the same thing. He does animal sound effects. Every episode,
he likes
doing
the
that.
animals, and his stand up I think has that too. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like animals, and then he talks about
weed.
Yeah,
DMT,
he does do the drug thing.
How they went after him over COVID. Every episode is the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't cold plunge
I don't watch anything religiously. I kind of skip around. But like when he has somebody that interests me, then I'll watch it. It just depends on who he has. Like if he's got some scientist or whatever, I'm just like whatever. Like it just depends. But like Call Her Daddy, also I only watch it when.
What is Call Her Daddy? I never heard of that.
Call Her Daddy. It's a female-driven. She's I don't know. She's been doing Call Her Daddy forever, and then she teamed up with a friend, and then she used to be in bar schools. No, she's not a comic.
Okay.
She's not a comic. She just interviews women.
Okay.
And like mainly women. I know she's had some men.
Okay.
She's got a documentary out on Netflix or on Hulu about her life and everything like that. But she's just a really good podcaster, a really good interviewer. Sometimes I can't with her because she's a little dramatic. She's like, oh, stop, shut up, like that kind of thing. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God, But when I saw her documentary, I liked her more. I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get why she's this way. But like I watched it. Like I'm a big Law and Order SVU, and so she had Mariska Hargitay on there, and I was like, oh my soul, I was eating that up. She had Halsey. That was a really good episode of just like the music industry and the stuff that she's gone through. So it just depends on who's on there. Then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
She had. Oh man, I'm trying to remember now. She's older now, but she was on. Man, I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to remember, but I watched that one. So yeah, it depends on the guest. And I'm like that with Bert Kreischer too. I'm not a big Bert Kreischer fan, but like if he's got, like when he had Felipe Esparza and of course Ken Flores, I watched that one. When he had Gavin Rossdale, I watched that one. Like I watch it because I love Gavin. I'll watch it even though he slept with a nanny. But I love him. I'll watch, when they have a good guest, when I feel if I can't stand the podcaster himself, like I don't hate Bert Kreischer, but like, I mean, if he books me, I'll take it. But yeah, like I don't really, there's some people I'm just like, I just don't, okay. If the guest is really good. So I watch a plethora of things. So with podcasting, but at any rate, I got to go, unfortunately.
Yeah,
it was really good talking to you.
Yeah,
thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
We had a good chemistry. It's fun.
I love to talk.
I'll have to go on yours if you want to get.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm getting dates soon for my brother, and so we're starting back up and filming. But yeah, it's all the way in Indiana, so it's a hike. But yeah, definitely, it would be cool.
Awesome.
It's Talkative Chick Podcast, so look me up on YouTube, and Talkative Chick Comedy on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah,
awesome.
It was good. It was awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.